Now we will take the reply by the Minister for Telecommunication.
Sir, I do express my thanks to the members, those who have participated in the debate on the working of the Ministry of Communication and Information Technology. The deliberations were fruitful. Sir, discussions in the Parliament reveals not only certain facts, policies, the objective goal of the government in a particular sector. I can recall the words of the Justice V.R. Krishna Iyer. He quotes, "Parliament is a grand inquest of the nation, the great auditor and the ombudsman of the executive, the final arbitrator, policy monitor and destiny designer of the country." Sir, unquote, I do believe that the discussions held here must coincide with the definition that has been offered by the Justice V.R. Krishna Iyer. As a minister, I do feel what has been observed in the same Parliament by our mentor, Dr. C.N. Annadurai, when he was member of this House. The highest is not above the law, the humblest is not beneath the law. With this precipitation in my mind, I wanted to convince the arguments. Of course, some allegations have been put forth before the Parliament on the working style of the ministry. Sir, when I was entrusted this ministry in May 2007, I was completely, by subject wise, strange to the ministry. I wanted to learn with quick and rapid developments. Accordingly, I do feel, what is this?
No, please.
I do feel
don't.
I have done something in the ministry subject to the clarifications, subject to the criticisms that have been offered, including the leader of opposition. Today I am very glad in the discussions, the leader of the opposition, for whom I am having high regards as one of the toppest legal brain in the country. He is sitting here, not only taking part in the discussion. And one more thing, I am happy that my former colleague, senior colleague, Mr. Anushori is also present, whose presence is inter alia connected with the arguments going to be put forth by me while convincing the other members of the Parliament. Sir, some of the arguments that have been put forth by the members of the Parliament, I do hope some were free from party prejudices and predilections. Some were prejudices with the political entity. I want to weigh the both without any prejudices on my own mind. Sir, I had 3 departments when I assumed charge. Still it continues. Let me turn one by one. Since May 2007, when I took charge as Minister of Telecommunication, as I put earlier, some of the major achievements that have been done by this government by making proactive policy decisions. In the Department of Post, the members are aware that the Indian Post is the largest postal network in the world and provides postal facilities within the reach of every citizen in the country at affordable prices, delivery of letter and other email, saving bank, money remittance, and the provisions of life insurance and its core functions. Sir, second to railway, the postal department is one of the biggest department in the world, having huge infrastructure. Due to the rapid development in the other areas of information technology and the other private courier services, the profit which was earned by the postal department has been dwindled down. it is quite natural in the competitive world to withstand before a competitive environment, something must be done afresh. By anticipating the new developments in this sector, government is well aware that the postal department cannot be exclusively used by the commercial department. Of course, it is having its own commitment towards the people, those who are living in the lowest ebb of the society in the remote areas. The service of the postal department cannot be ignored, and even it cannot be equated with other private courier services. Of course, through the non-planned expenditure, every year more than 1,000 crores, even something more, is being compensated by the government of India through the finance ministry by supplementary, since all the postal networks have to be kept alive. But that does not mean government is totally inactive or inert to have a relook on the working style of the postal department. The first time we took a decision, we are having 1,55,000 post offices in the world, in the country. These 1,55,000 post offices, if at all the business is coming down, cannot be closed in one stance. So that we wanted to switch over business some other areas, out of which we wanted to treat the local post offices in the remote areas as the outlet of the nationalized banks, and we wanted to sell the gold coins with quality on par with the international Indian standard, and we wanted to have other services. Even we are talking with private banks like ICICI Bank, if they wanted to avail this infrastructure, out of which if the revenue can be accrued for this department, we will come out from the deficiency which is being incurred now up to the tune of 1,000 crore and more. Sir, one of the major initiatives that has been...
देखिए आप
No.
बोलने दीजिए ना.
It will be used.
Mr. Madhu,
Some incentives
please
will be
don't
applied.
interrupt the minister
See,
in between.
State Bank of
It will
India,
delay.
we can start saving banks account on behalf of State Bank of India.
After what you ask, why
We will
you
operate the
question
savings
in
account,
between?
out of which some percentage can
No,
be
it's not a
derived
good
as commission, that's all. We are not going to privatize the postal department. How the deficiency fund, how the loss being incurred by the department can be managed, that's all. Even we are not intending to give it profit through the privatization. It is not the question of privatization at all. How the infrastructure available nook and corner of this country can be used when the other technology is coming into the department. We have to stand before the other competitive environment. That is the only motto of the government. Sir, the major initiatives has taken place in the department. In the 11th plan, we announced that major post offices in the country will be computerized. Accordingly, we have allotted 2,700 crores has been earmarked for the IT induction in the postal operations. Out of this fund, so far 9,684 post offices have already been computerized by March 2009. 1,274 post offices have been linked through a wide area network, and a national data center has been set up for this purpose. Sir, during the last tenure, since I am continuing the same ministry from the last government, we announced a innovative scheme in the name of Project Aero. In the competitive world, not only content of the article, the content and the article also important, but the visibility of the article must be impressive. So that all the post offices running in the rural areas, in the taluk level, in the block level, or in the old buildings, so we wanted to give a business model, have a vicinity, good vicinity over the post offices with the new equipments, with the new IT instruments, so that we launched Project Aero. Last year, we modernized all the 500 post offices across the country selectively in all the states without any discrepancy by spending more than 80 crores. This year, we earmark another 500 post offices will be taken under the project of, under this project name of the Project Aero. Sir, coming to the MP's queries, great concern was expressed that new post offices are being not at all opened. As I put it, every year the department is incurring loss of 1,000 crores and more, but the government is committed that within the 11th plan, we are going to start 3,000 post offices across the country, for which papers have been mooted and the paper is being discussed in the finance ministry. I do hope the commitment that has been made by the finance ministry for the 11th 5-year plan, that 3,000 post offices are going to be opened in the country soon. Sir, some of the members, for constraint of time, I do not want to go by each, I am not able to go by each and every name of the member. Of course, some of the members spoke about the recruitment in the postal department. Deep concern was exposed on the extra departmental workers in the rural areas. They should be regularized, and new post offices should be opened. When the new post offices are opened, the persons, those who are living in the locality, must be appointed. These are all the queries raised by the members of the parliament. Mr. Jha raised that no recruitment has been taken place in the Department of Post since 1984. Sir, the recruitment of the new services being governed by the Department of Personnel and Training, it is known to all, certain percentages, only 5% of the vacancies can be fulfilled according to the Department of Personnel and Training. Without prior approval of the department, without prior approval of the finance, we cannot recruit all the fill up all the vacancies available. However, efforts are being taken. We are in touch with the finance ministry. The postal department should not be equated, compared with other departments. This service is very essentially needed for the people, so that the rule that has been made generally for the other departments cannot get shelter in the Department of Postal also. The discussion is on. I do hope the exemption will be obtained from the finance ministry, and the course of the time we will appoint all the postmen, all the vacancies wherever it is essential. He has raised another question. Compassionate appointment cases must be considered. Compassionate cases is universally accepted in the country, that only 5% of the vacancies can be filled through the compassionated ground. Even if it is direct recruitment is there, we cannot defeat the direct recruitment simply because some people are waiting in the compassionate grounds. The recruitment of the other areas cannot be curtailed according to the guidelines issued by the Department of Personnel, so that the 5%, we will ensure the 5% that has been earmarked on compassionate grounds will be strictly followed. The seniority will be strictly followed. That I can assure. Similarly, he raised assured career progression scheme has not been applied in Department of Post. Assured career progression scheme has been implemented consequent on recommendation of the 5th Pay Commission. Modified assured career progression scheme as recommended by the 6th Pay Commission is also under implementation. GDS are holding civil posts, but they are not regularized. That is allegation made by him. GDS, extra departmental postmen, those who are working in the villages, are spending their time according to our census only 5 hours or 3 hours or 4 hours. Legal impediments are there. When a person is working 4 hours or 5 hours per day, cannot be regularized. But we appointed one-man commission under Mr. Nadaraja Murthy, who worked in the postal department earlier, how their betterment can be ensured. He suggested, he recommended some incentives must be given to the persons, those who are working in the extra departmental post office. It is seriously considered by the finance ministry. I hope the finance ministry will clear it. We will give some emoluments and incentives will be attracted by these people. Sir, Mr. Naik, he spoke about his constancy.
The ED people work for 8 hours.
No. Maybe 8 hours. No, 4 hours, 3 hours. Sometimes 4 hours, 3 hours. The Supreme Court judgment is there. The regularization cannot be held unless they are being recruited as the full-time worker. That is a judgment.
Yeah, but they
but
were working for many years. Many years.
I am fully with concern with them. I will be the first person to support the cause of the GDS.
Please support.
At the same time, it is not exclusively within the domain of me in the department. It has to be interacted with the finance ministry.
Increase their emoluments.
That's for that. I appointed one-man committee, Nadaraja Murthy committee, who worked as a postal department officer. He knows the all nook and corner of the department. He recommended some emoluments and incentives. It is being actively considered by the ministry and the finance ministry. I will support the cause of the GDS.
Finance Ministry is creating a problem, please tell us our support. We will support you, but please get the emoluments.
Yes. We will do.
Ministry and get it done.
Yes.
You should prevail upon the finance ministry and get it done. It's very, very genuine.
So some of the suggestions have been given by the Usain to strengthen the rural postal network. The suggestions are well being taken. Similarly, I already submitted to the House that the density of the post office is not commensurate with the norms of opening the post offices. That has been highlighted by Mr. Chandan Mitra. That I already do agree with the concern expressed by him so far as the post office is concerned. Of course, these norms are being implemented wherever it is possible. Because of the financial crunch, we are not able to open the post offices wherever really the people are in needy. It has been referred to the finance ministry. They accepted in the 11th 5-year plan that 3,000 post offices will be definitely given before the end of the 11th 5-year plan. I assure that the post offices will be established wherever it is as per the recommendations made by the finance ministry once it is clear. Similarly, Mr. Sudarsana Nachiappan, he spoke about the bonus and miss has been reduced. You may be aware that the rate of the interest, whoever by the person, whichever by the department, so far as the government departments are concerned, the deposits on the government money, the rate of interest will be decided by the finance ministry. So the finance ministry fixed the small saving schemes, the rate and interest rate on the small saving schemes as 5%. We are pursuing the finance ministry. If it is possible, it can be considered a course of time, give the more incentives. Similarly, the commission of small savings agents have been reduced. These are also being governed by the Ministry of Finance. Revival of the postal service in the rural areas, that has been spoken by Ranjit Prasad. Most of the members deeply concerned about the rural post offices. I assure this House, the persons, those who are
Rajniti Prasad.
sorry.
Rajniti means political.
So,
Political pressure.
even some of the names have been left
never
out.
wants to use
so far as the
Rajniti.
postal department is concerned, that does not mean that the members' voice is being marginalized or going to be ignored by the ministry or by the minister. I will take complete microscopic study by going through your all the speeches which have been advanced here. So far as postal department is concerned, we launched the Project Aero. We computerized the 10,000 post offices, for which a huge amount that has been done by this government. Now I turn to the Department of IT. Sir, in the Department of Information Technology, the credit of this government stands on the new schemes which have been announced. Broadly, I can speak about the two schemes. In the 11th 5-year plan, National E-Governance Program that has been announced by the Prime Minister of India in the last government, and it is being implemented by spending more than 6,000 crores in the first phase. We are going to create a state data center in the every state headquarters. Then the district headquarters will be connected. Then the block centers will be connected by the e-governance, the complete e-governance, and ultimately across the country 1 lakh common service centers are going to be opened. Out of these, 40,000 centers have been already opened across the country. The motto of the National E-Governance Program is the administration must be paperless. We want to ensure within a couple of years that up to taluk level, the paperless government must be ensured. After that, we wanted to create this common service center where the land records can be obtained by the villagers, those who are residing in the village itself, rail tickets and the air tickets, all family cards, even other departments